Welcome to the first video on this channel. As stated in the title, we're going to be making a realistic-ish car company in automation. Today we're going to start with one of the biggest Japanese car companies, if not one of the biggest car companies in the world, but more of a parody of it. So we're going to start somewhere, let's see how early I can go. 46? Okay. Well, Toyota's first car is 1935, but we'll start, let's say, 1950, right after the war. Alright, so here you join me in the 1950s. These are 55 model year vehicles, and I think these are going to be a little too new for what we're going to do. We're not going to make a sport utility vehicle, no Land Cruisers and no that such. We're going to be going for like a passenger vehicle. So something, this might be a little too old for 50. Let's see. So this is going to be based off small passenger vehicles you'd usually see from Japan around the 1950s, like the first gen Nissan Skyline and the first gen Toyota Corona or the Crown, one of the two. So this looks just about period correct for those cars. Steel panels. I'm pretty sure they had ladder chassis. Let's do galvanized steel because the Japanese are on top of their game. Um, Front longitudinal engines, engine placement. I don't know what they had for front suspension back then. Definitely not wishbone, but let's say coil front, leaf rear. I could be extremely wrong, but I don't know. And let's go with this sedan. I think. Let's see what else they have. No, they liked their sedans at that time. Rear-wheel drive. We'll rename all these once I get done with all this. So we're gonna start with the engine first. Let's not design the car. Let's focus on the engine. Inline. Let's see. They all had inline fours. Run about 1.5 liters. I'm using GeForce Experience to record this, and the thing that sucks is when I click off this screen, it stops recording. So that's gonna be great fun because I'm trying to match up these specs close to the first gen Toyota Crown and first gen Nissan Skyline, which I think they were. Let's see. This is gonna be annoying. They were overhead cam. Wow. Okay. So overhead cam. What? 2 valve per cylinder? Ah, yeah, 2 valves per cylinder. And let's just do iron heads. 1.5 liters. So let's make these based off utilitarian engines. So a bunch of stroke, no bore. Try to get as much torque as I can from this engine. Oh, that's too far. Of course, they'd probably be using metric, but I'm from America land and we don't use metric. Cast, cast, counterweights, nothing crazy. Uh, Single barrel, single carburetor, nothing crazy. I think they still use leaded at this time, so leaded, regular. This engine's not going to be too crazy, just going to make something with a decent amount of torque. Ah. Okay, this is going to have to be... Can I do that? No. This... okay, well that's going to drive up our prices, isn't it? bring this cam profile lower. We need more torque and horsepower. Let's try to make 50 horsepower. So let's try and push this higher. It needs to be a simple engine still, but let's see if I can. Why am I blanking? Here we go. Give it a bit of timing, see what it does. Nothing? Okay, well, we'll leave that there. Bring this down. Actually, let's work on the drivetrain. Let's finish all this and then we'll go back to that. So, manual, 4-speed, open diff, nothing crazy. Cross ply. Yeah, we'll go with those. Regular steel wheels. Pretty sure these had like 155 size wheels or tires at the time. Little 13-inch wheels. Yeah, this should be fine. No under tray. A basic interior. No radio. Manual rack and pinion. Standard 50 safety. Standard springs. Let's just set this to normal, see what it sits at. Okay. So I think that should be fine. Alright, let's go back and tweak the engine. So 47 horsepower. I want to try and hit 50 without going too crazy. Is that just gonna, okay, that's just gonna worsen her fuel economy. So let's bring that down. It's not high revving, so we don't need some extremely strong lifters. Could probably up the compression. No? 8-to-1 compression. Well, we need to keep the fuel economy up, but we can also mess with gearings to get that to where we want it as well. 50 horsepower. Alright, I'm happy with that. Gearing wise, it does 76. And why is it spread out so far? Let's bring these back. So Japan is known to be pretty hilly, so let's bring this back to like a very low first gear, a normal second gear, and third. We'll put fourth at like 100. Third can be at like 50 miles an hour. There we go. The spread is crazy. Oh, we could bump this up to 30, can we now? Yeah. Put this up to 30, 15, 30, 50, and then an overdrive gear. And well, that's that. Let's go to the design department now and let's see if I can conjure up something believable. Okay, so here we have it. There's gonna be a bit of guess you can call it controversial designing in here. Japanese cars, although they did kind of have tail fins in this era, they wouldn't have anything this pronounced. And I plan to put quad headlights up here. Something you won't see in Japanese vehicles until I think the next generation. So it's going to be a little bit ahead and a little bit behind in terms of design in some places. Okay, so a couple hours later, here I am with the completed design. For this car today, we're not gonna do the interior. It's getting late, and I honestly don't feel like trying to tackle that. So here we go. It's a little funky looking, but what do you expect for a 50s Japanese car? It's got a little bit of American, a little bit of British, a little bit of German, a little bit of everything. But this is going to be the base model. There's going to be two different trim levels. This is going to be the base trim level. Let's import this to BeamNG. Okay, since we imported the other version as pretty much a base model, this version's gonna be a deluxe model. I forgot to go over the name, Hitotsu, which is 1, because this is supposed to be the first Japanese car manufacturer, and prosperity, because, I don't know, Japanese people love words like this. So this is gonna be the deluxe model. We're gonna have nicer things in it. A bigger, better engine. Probably an automatic transmission. Maybe, maybe not. This is 1950, so it'd be pretty advanced for a Japanese car to have an automatic transmission. But we're definitely gonna add an antenna here, because this one is gonna have a radio. That we're gonna add wheels to have hubcaps. Let's see. We're gonna add nicer paint. Let's do no flake. A sky bluish color. Let's go with something like that. And let's paint match the wheels to that as well. And we'll have an outer chrome ring. Okay, I don't really know what else I can add to the exterior, so we'll move on to the engine. This engine's gonna be a larger inline 6. Ah, we might not be able to fit an inline 6. I guess we will go back and let me rename this engine too. Let's just call it the all. Alright, so this engine is gonna be bored out to 2 liters. Can I get it to 2? No. 1.8 is fine. Let's call it that. So 1.8 liter or 1.7, let's call that 1.8. 1.8 liters, making almost 100 foot-pounds of torque and 55 horsepower. Let's see. I think that's everything I can realistically do to this engine. So let's add slightly wider tires, better compound, brakes, brakes wheel leave, interior will have basic AM stereo and nicer materials. And I think that'll be all. 23 miles to the gallon. I forgot to check with the other car what the miles to the gallon is, but who cares, honestly. We'll pay attention to that more in my next cars. So here we have the Deluxe edition. Same amount of chrome, antenna for the radio, better engine. What 0 to 60 is 20 seconds now, so that'll be a little bit faster. I don't know what the other one was because I really wasn't paying attention, but yeah, I think this is just about period correct. 1950s. It's got mid 50s styling. I plan to keep this trim model going until about 55 to 58, and then we will update it with another generation. Okay, so here we have both of them side by side. Yeah, nothing too crazy, honestly, with them side by side. This one has the antenna and better looking wheels and better paint. This one, plain white paint. They're supposed to be steel wheels, but they look like chrome. It is what it is. One detail I forgot on these cars was the... Can I crouch? I don't remember how to crouch with these. There we go. Is the exhaust. I forgot to put the exhaust pipe on these. But, who cares? Alright, so we're gonna do 0 to 60 and a quarter mile run with both cars. We're gonna start with the standard model first. I misshift. Disclaimer, I do have a controller plugged in right now. I don't have my driving sim plugged in because that's currently connected to my PS5 in another room. And that's a quarter mile. Alright, so that's 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 19 seconds. Quarter mile in 21 seconds. Let's try that again with the higher horsepower Deluxe model. And that's 0 to 60 in what, 1 second faster, and the quarter mile is about a second faster. The braking times are just worse. The first gear is so low and the brakes are so crap that it spins the tires. If I hold the brakes down all the way, so that's great. Okay, so we're gonna set a track time with this. I can't be bothered to do a track time with both cars, so we're gonna choose the fastest one and have at it. Driving around this car is actually kind of hard because it understeers a lot. I am on remote right now, so I don't want to manually change gears. The annoying thing is when you set it in arcade mode, it does turn on all the all the stability nannies in the game. So if I slide the car, it'll try and correct itself. If I understeer, it'll try and correct itself. So it's not going to be a fun experience. This overdrive really kills it though. Okay, back straight, downhill. Let's see how fast we can get this thing to go. I'm pretty sure it's gear limited to 99, but we'll find out. Alright, that's 90. 92. Oh, 93. I think that's about it. This corner always tricks me up with how sweeping it is. No, no. Alright. Oh, come on, can we save it? Yeah, we got it. Slow down way too much. Oh, didn't slow down enough. Okay. Downshift. What are you doing? Downshift. Oh my god. Why won't you downshift? Alright, what does that come out to? 30:42. What a terrible lap. But I'm gonna call that for today's episode. This is my first video on YouTube, so don't expect the quality to be the best, or my commentary to be the best, or my speaking to be the best. But if you like this kind of content and you want to see more, just like, subscribe, say something in the comments. Throw some criticism my way, or say something nice. I don't care. Anyways, have a good day, y'all.